All eyes are on New Delhi tonight as India and the United States sit down for their first in-person trade talks since President Donald Trump slapped tariffs on Indian goods over Russian oil purchases. Those tariffs, some as high as 50%, have pushed tensions to a boiling point. A high-level US delegation led by Brendan Lynch, the Assistant Trade Representative for the South and Central Asia, has landed in New Delhi, and the message from Washington is loud and clear. Cut tariffs, buy American products, and rethink those oil deals with Moscow. So what's at stake in these talks, and how do the tough words from Washington translate into pressure on India? So today we break down the three biggest US statements that will frame these negotiations and decide whether this ends in a breakthrough or another standoff. Let's start with the first one. Peter Navarro, a top eye to President Trump, recently declared India is coming to the table. Now, this might sound like a positive sign, but behind that phrase lies months of tension. For years, the US has complained that India keeps its market closed with high tariffs, complex regulations, and non-tariff barriers. Washington has long said that India enjoys free access to American markets, while American goods, from cars to dairy, face hurdles in the country. The second statement takes us to the heart of the US strategy. First Russian oil, now American corn. Even before trade negotiations between India and the United States resumed, Washington continued its arm-twisting tactics, with US Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick warning that New Delhi could lose its access to the American market if it refuses to purchase US-grown corn. This is where trade collides with geopolitics. Let me explain. When India began buying discounted Russian oil after the Ukraine war, Washington was furious. Officials said India's oil purchases were filling Russia's war chest. In response, the US slapped tariffs and hinted at more penalties. Now the same playbook is being used with agriculture. The US has an oversupply of corn. American farmers are pushing hard for new markets, and India, with its huge population, is the prime target. So Washington is saying, open your markets, buy American corn, or face higher tariffs. It's a carrot and stick approach. And remember, tariffs are not just about economics, they are being used as weapons, linking trade policy directly to foreign policy choices. And then comes the most important statement from President Trump himself. He said India has offered to remove tariffs on US goods. And just last week, Trump called PM Modi his great friend. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's response was equally clear and confident. So what do these statements really mean? Number one, Washington says India is ready to negotiate. True, but on India's terms. Number two, tariffs are being weaponized, but India has shown it won't compromise national interest, whether it's oil or agriculture. And number three, yes, there may be tariff adjustments, but only where India sees mutual benefit. The Trump-Modi exchange shows both sides want progress. Trump calls Modi a friend. Modi calls the US a neutral partner. That's more than just diplomacy. It's recognition that India is central to America's strategy, whether in trade, energy, or geopolitics. One thing is clear, India is not walking in weak. It's walking in as an equal partner. Yes, there is pressure. Yes, there are tough words, but there is also friendship, respect, and the possibility of a breakthrough that works for both countries. The real question now is, will the US treat India as just another market or as a true partner in shaping the global economy? That's what these talks will decide. We will keep tracking it closely. I am Samaksh Namdev signing off with a reminder to stay always safe. Thank you for watching.